class for Ballet I-B level. We're going to be doing a bar today. It's pretty intense, and we will also have time for a split stretch and 1 or 2 combinations in the center. Remember, you do not have to have a physical bar at home to do these combinations. You can use a chair, a table, your kitchen counter, or even the wall. The bar is not there to put all of your weight on, it's just there for a little extra support and stability. Please also keep in mind that as we do these combinations to really use your arms and heads like we've been discussing in class. You can also make sure that your tummy is in and booty is in throughout all of these combinations. Here we go. For our warm-up today, we are going to begin with our switching pedals. We're going to do 8 of them slow, and then we're going to do 16 quick. This is in 6th position, and then we're going to repeat that in a plie. So we'll lift up the opposite foot, and we'll switch through that deep plie. Again, 8 slow, 16 quick. Throughout this entire warm-up, please make sure that your weight is on the big toe and not the pinky toe. I do not want you sickling through this warm-up. Really push your weight to the big toe. Make sure that's where your weight is concentrated. After our pedaling, we're going to do 8 eleves, 8 releves, and 16 sautés. Again, that is all in 6th position. There's going to be about a 4 count hold in the music. We'll use that time to turn out to first, and we will repeat. We're going to do our pedals, 8 slow, 16 quick. Again, in plie, 8 slow, 16 quick. 8 eleve, 8 releve, and 16 sauté. Please be sure that your weight is still on the big toe, not sitting back on the pinky toe. Do not sickle those feet. From there, after our last sautés first, we're going to jump to 2nd position, and we're going to do a grand plie, reaching over. When we reach over, that heel does lift and point. The hip is still turned out, the booty is down. We're going to do 16 total, so that is 8 sets back and forth. And then from there, we'll do a short little stretch just for our back and upper body, which you can follow me for. Now that we're all warmed up, let's move on to pliés. For your plié combination, remember that we are working on one hand on the bar. So I'm going to be showing you the port de bras that goes with one hand pliés. Remember, plié means to bend at the knees. So we're going to start with 2 demi-pliés, 1 élevé for 4 counts, and then 2 grand pliés. So the arms for a demi-plié are going to go from first to second when we prep. Plié 1, stretch 2, plié 3, stretch 4. That's for the demi-plié. For that élevé, I want a full circle port de bras en dehors. So that is down, middle, up, and out. Okay? That's for that élevé. And then for your grand plié, the first arm goes down and up to first before opening back to second. That'll be for your first grand plié. And for your second grand plié, that arm is going to open from second, out, in, all the way down, and stretch. Okay? So that is a full circle in. And when we go out, it's just a nice little half circle. Okay? Those are the arms that you're going to do for your pliés. Okay? So we're going to do our pliés in first position, in second position, and in fifth position. Right foot in front. We're doing the right side. Remember those arms for the demi, as well as the arms for the 2 grand pliés. After we finish our fifth position grand pliés, I want you to do 1 cambre forward. So you're going to reach forward for 4 counts, flattest back you have, like your nice little table folding in half, and then we'll reach up 4 more counts. At the end of that cambre, I want to plie sous-sus, squeeze and hold. Try to hold as long as you can. your audience, your head is out and up to that corner. When you're to the side, arm is side, and head is straight forward, lifted, still a nice long neck like we've been talking about. When we go to the back, that arm is going to go to an arabesque position. I want you to look over the hand, yes? Like you have a beautiful diamond ring on, and you're trying to look over it, okay? So nice and lifted, looking right at that hand. And then again for the second side, chin lifted, straight to the front, arm side. You're going to use those arms while doing tendus on quad. You're going to do 4 tendus, and then you're going to do 1 elevate. When you come to elevate, you're just going to bring your arms to a hold. For the front, let's go ahead and bring our arms to ano. For side or back, I just want those arms to come to first position for that hold. Okay? So that first combination is going to be 4 tendus with 1 elevate. That's a 4 count elevate, you're going to hold it. You're going to do that on quad. Remember, on quad is front, side, back, side. You're going to do it again, except instead of an elevate this time, you're going to do it with a relevate hold. The difference between elevate and relevate is that for elevate, your legs stay straight, and for relevate, you're going to plie before you go up. After that, you're going to do it a 3rd time, but this time, every tendu is going to be closing in a plie instead of closing straight. So right here, for example, to the front, out, close plie, out, close plie, out, plie, out, plie. From there on the 3rd set, you're going to do a releve hold. And then you're going to do it 1 more time. It is a long combination. On the 4th set, you're going to close every tendu in plie, but instead of 1 releve that is 4 counts, you're going to do 4 quick releves. The arms are just going to stay wherever they are for that one. You're not going to move them so you can hold. A couple things I want you to keep in mind. Please remember that when you're doing tendus in fifth, where we're going on the side changes depending on the number of tendus we're going to do. The combination I'm going to give you has 4 tendus. So when we're closing to the side in fifth, we have to remember that if it's an even number, we're going to close the same place we came from. And if it's an odd number, we're going to close opposite of where we came from. So when we do this combination, you'll have 4 tendus. If you do those 4 tendus to the side and you just finished in the front, you will go side, close front, side, close back, side, close front, side, close back, and then you're ready to go to the back, okay? The combination I want you to do is 4 tendus and 1 retiré hold. If you really want to push yourself, you can do that retiré on releve. So you're going to do your 4 tendus, retiré hold. On the last side though, you're going to turn it into a passe. And the reason for that is, I want you to be able to reverse en croix. So after you finish the first side, you're going to reverse it on the right as well. So you'll start to the back. You'll do your back, and then you'll do your side, and then you'll do your front. On the last side of the reverse, you're going to go ahead and keep that one a retiré. Okay, so you're going to retiré and leave it there. This should leave your left leg ready to go, and so your left leg can start the combination. You'll do the same thing on the left. 4 tendus, 1 retiré hold. That is regular en croix, except the last one side, I want to passe. And then you're going to reverse en croix, starting with the back, 4 tendus, 1 retiré, all the way around, even the last one. I want you to do 7 dégagés on the right leg, 1 sauté. 7 dégagés on the left leg, 1 sauté. 3 dégagés on the right leg, 1 sauté. 3 dégagés on the left leg, 1 sauté. Then you're going to do one dégagé right, one sauté, one dégagé right, one sauté, and you're going to finish out that phrase with 4 sautés. All of those sautés in this combination are in first position. From there, I want you to inverse the combination. So now you're going to start with 7 sautés in first, 1 dégagé on the right. Then you're going to do 7 sautés in first, 1 dégagé on the left. Then you're going to do 3 sautés in first, 1 dégagé on the right, 3 sautés in first, 1 dégagé on the left. You'll finish out with 1 sauté, 1 dégagé right, 1 sauté, 1 dégagé left, and then the last part of that phrase is going to be dégagé right, left, right, left. I want you to do 8 piqués en croix, 4, and then 2, and then 1, and a reverse. However, there's a twist to this combination. I'm going to give you some pretty tricky arms. So, for your piqués to the front, I want your hand on your hip. This is a beautiful ballet hand, pancake hand, nice and flat, elbow to the side. Okay, that's for your front. For the first time side, I want your hand on your shoulder. Gentle fingers, not squeezing down, nice and gentle, lifted elbow, okay? That is for the first time side. For back, I want you to extend that arm to that beautiful arabesque position we talked about earlier, with the head as well. And then for the second time side, arm stays side, okay? So remember, for front, hand is on hip. For side, hand is on shoulder. For back, hand is arabesque. And then for second side, arm is going to be side. Now you're doing these piqués en croix. But remember, at the end, I want a single en croix and then a reverse en croix. It is pretty difficult to get, so keep trying till you get it. We are going to do 2 rondejambes à terre. Remember, à terre means on the floor. These are both going to be 4 counts each, and they're going to be going en dehors, which means out. Okay? From there, we're going to do 1 rondejambe en l'air, which means in the air. This one's also going to be en dehors, but this one's going to be 8 counts. It's going to be nice and slow in the air. I want you to try to get about a 45-degree level. I know that may be difficult if you're using a chair or your kitchen counter. Just try your best to get that leg up. Okay? From there, I want 1 développé. I know we've been talking about développé. It means to develop. So remember, you're going to go through sous le coup de pied position, retiré, and then your extension. Okay? The first développé, try for a 45, and 90 if you're feeling adventurous, and then you're going to close. That's an 8-count hold in that développé. You're going to reverse everything. So now you're going to come en dedans. 2 rondejambes à terre, each 4 counts. 1 rondejambe en l'air, 8 counts. Try to get about that 45 height. Then you're going to do a second developpe. This one, I want you to aim for 90. So you get that leg up as high as you can. Try to go for that 90. Remember though, number one important thing with a rond de jambe, hips and upper body stay center. So you don't want to do a rond de jambe leaning off to the side like this. You want to make sure you're as upright as possible, squeezing all your muscles, booty in, hips turned out. The work should be coming from your thigh, not from your booty or your back. Okay? With a 16 count hold, and then 16 releves with a 16 count hold. Again, make sure your weight is on the big toe and not the pinky toe. You don't want to be sickling throughout the combination. Bar. Remember, you can repeat any of these combinations without the bar, or just again, for a little extra work or a little extra push. So now we're going to move to a couple combinations in the center. I want you to do your split stretch. Please make sure you're stretching your splits every day because that is the only way you're going to maintain them. So for a split stretch, I want you in first position. I want you to do right, left, and center split. Make sure you're watching your hips and your upper body, that you are still pointed towards your front. And I want you to try to let go as soon as you feel comfortable. That's how you get better and better at holding those splits. Remember, sauté means to jump. So I want 16 sautés in first, 16 sautés in second, 16 changements, starting with the right foot in front, and 16 échappé sautés. Remember, the arms for sautés in first are low fifth, the arms for sautés in second are à la seconde, the arms for changement are also low fifth, and then the arms for échappé sauté go through 3 positions. They go through first, second, and low fifth, okay? So make sure you hit all 3 of those positions. Watch your timing. Try to stay with me as best you can. Please make sure your knees are going to the side, not the front, that you are pointing your toes and rolling through every time you sauté, and that you keep your tummy and booty tucked in the entire combination. like you guys to work on your body directions. We've been talking about this for the past couple of weeks. So remember, anything to the front in the center is devant. That means front. Anything to the back, derriere. When we're in the center and our legs are crossed to the audience, that's going to be croisé. Okay, remember, croisé, crossed. When you are facing your audience, whether or not you're front or back, but facing, that is en face. When you are open, that is effacé, open. My legs are open, they're no longer crossed. Okay, so croisé, crossed, en face, facing, effacé, open. Okay, so we're going to do a little combination going through all of the body directions, both to the front, devant, and to the back, derriere. So for this combination, I want 2 tendus to each body direction and 1 retiré. Also, please remember that when your leg is in front for a body direction in the center, your arms are opposite. They're open to the audience, okay? When your leg goes to the back, we have the opposite leg as arm in the front. So my right leg's in front right now, my left arm is the one in front right now. Keep that in mind while doing this combination. Thank you so much for taking class with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, you can repeat any of these combinations with a little twist, such as going on releve or stepping away from your bar, just to make the combinations a little bit harder for you. Please keep working, please work on your dances, and don't forget to stretch while we're on this short break.